Toon Review. Toon Review. This is the Toon Review. Good evening, one and all, and welcome to the Toon Review. Tonight it is the Monday night rumour mill, where we get to discuss all the goodies about possible players who will be coming to Newcastle United. On tonight's show, we've got Diego Carlos, the latest on him. We've got the latest on Lingard, Dele Alli, Zapata, Botman as well. We've also got information on Basuma, Darwin Núñez, Mikael Bakker, and so it should be a packed show tonight with plenty of ongoing conversations around the world. Barry will hopefully be joining us later on. Stephen's had to pull out through illness, so get well soon, matey. And Susan's out. She can't come on tonight either. She's been in bed all weekend with a migraine, so Susan, and hope she gets better shortly as well. So we will start off with Diego Carlos, and obviously a lot has been said over the weekend about him playing for Sevilla. It was that his final game. Now, what has been said, or rumour has it, that the Newcastle United agents are flying out to Spain tomorrow to finalise the deal. And we are hopeful that Diego Carlos will be a Newcastle player either Wednesday or Thursday of this week. That is the deal that is very, very close to happening. And that has come from very, very reliable sources, not Heinz. It has to be said. Look at the source than Heinz. And I've lost my pen. Hang on. So, Diego Carlos is very close, Billy, and somebody that we could really do with.
Oh, he's an outstanding defender. He does all the rough stuff, but he does that with a touch of class as well. And he's got pace, power, man-mounting, and he'll improve our defence no end. And be a great acquisition and one we definitely need in the back four, isn't it?
It is. Peter, I mean, obviously Saturday's performance, a fantastic win over Leeds United, and Fabian Schär really stepping up to the plate and looking like his old self again on Saturday. So is it just one central defender now that we're concentrating on, or would we still need two?
I would say maybe get another one as backup, because I think there could be a departure around the club. No names mentioned yet, but I've got the feel that one of our defenders might leave in this window. The one I think could likely leave is Fernandez, I'm going to guess, because I know he's out injured, but if he's not getting picked, that probably just shows he has really got a future at the club now. Yeah. That's what I think.
I mean, as delighted as we are with the victory against Leeds United, we played very, very well, but there was still players on that pitch who we know aren't good enough, and we have to keep searching for players. We have to keep the interest going. There is, I expect, a very busy week ahead of us with Newcastle United, but Carlos first through the door would be fantastic, wouldn't it?
Without a doubt, Pete, Paul, without a doubt. I mean, we know, I agree with Pete there, we need two defenders, I think. And, I had a message today from an Italian or Spanish journalist on the DM saying that the Spanish media have confirmed that we put...
Hang on. Italian or Spanish, John?
Well,
He can't be both.
I say he's an Italian. He's an Italian, and
Right.
and honestly, he said to us that it's been confirmed by the Spanish media. We have put an offer, and that's come for their end, not for our end yet. But like he said, they're going to fly out tomorrow, and then they're going to thrash it out. So we definitely need him in, and we could do another defender as well. Yeah.
Billy, I mean, if we look back to the performance, we'll have a quick chat about that against Leeds United. It was one of those games where there was an ebb and flow to the game. It was quite end to end. Leeds United, for me, had the better of the first 15, 20 minutes of the second half. They looked like they were on top, and it looked like we were going to sit back again. But then suddenly we I think Manquillo coming on changed the game for us. If you ask me, I think his energy down that left-hand side gave us a real sort of lease of life.
Yeah, and him coming on actually pushed Rafinha back, didn't it? And he was always a danger to us.
Yeah,
Manquillo getting up and down that line more than Paul Dummett was able to, kind of took away all the creativity that Leeds United had in their play. He was outstanding, playing on the wrong side for him, and I guess that kind of performance he showed there and the one against Manchester United kind of takes us out of the market for left back. I thought we might have needed a left back. Mm-hmm. We seem to have three now. If Dummett can get himself fit, Lewis and Manquillo. So that saves us a few quid, I reckon. I mean, outstanding he was with the game. Absolutely outstanding.
I mean, the thing is, Peter, he's played on the left twice now, Manquillo, in recent games. And he really did excel on Saturday. I thought he was superb. What I did like was he linked up with Maxi very well. Those last sort of 20 minutes of the game, he was linking up with Maxi and actually helping Maxi out a little bit because, St. Maximin was coming back and he lost the ball a few times, but Manquillo was there to help him out. And then they seemed to have a good combination between them, and they caused a few problems for Leeds down that left-hand side. So do you think Manquillo's pushing himself for maybe a left-hand side job now?
Possibly. It could well happen. I mean, he did really well. I mean, that run he did up the pitch when he received the ball from Sean Longstaff, the way Leeds just couldn't cope with him, and he got the better of Laurenti, who had to hack him down on the edge of the box as well. It's a possibility. I mean, it sounds like you could play a bit like Trippier a little bit now. Could play either right back or left back.
Yeah,
as well.
Foxy says, I'm not asking for too much, but I'll be happy if we can sign Carlos, Zapata, Ali, Lingard, Goossens, Haidara, Kamara, Pele, Henry, and the Brazilian Ronaldo. Well, if that's the case, that is going to be an absolute world-class window. John, if we go back to Fabian Schär, I mean, he was absolutely outstanding, wasn't he? I mean, and we've spoke about this over the weekend, but it was the things that he did, the very simple things that he did. He didn't make it too difficult for himself this time. He controlled himself very well. He cleared what he had to clear. He passed the ball very, very, very well. He didn't go for these Hollywood passes at all. He just kept things very simple. And for me, Schär is 10 times the better defender when he just plays it simple because he can read the game so well.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I mean, I wanted him to come out and show us what a fantastic player this guy is. And on Saturday, he just didn't let me down at all whatsoever. I mean, when he gets the ball, he didn't dive for the tackle. He just read the game, just plays it simple. He was calm on the ball as well. I said to you on the phone and on Saturday, it's like watching a player in a white shirt playing for Real Madrid. He was that good, yeah. Okay, Leeds forwards, they missed Bamford as well, by the way. But listen, at the end of the day, I thought he was absolutely outstanding. He's fantastic to watch. What he's got to do now, he's got to maintain those standards every single week. Because if he keeps playing like that between now and the end of the season, keep it calm, don't do anything daft, then we've got a player on our hands. Not only that, Paul, right? I mean, we said before, when he gets the ball, I mean, you cannot cope with the press when players rushes onto him. Cannot cope it. But listen, at the end of the day, this guy, I gave him a 9 out of 10 on Saturday. And
I
spoke to Pete yesterday on Ready Come Be Sure. He gave him a 9.5. It was a flawless defensive performance.
Yeah, I thought that as well. Before we move on to more transfers, Billy, a player who me and you have both said that we're still not convinced about was, of course, Chris Wood up front. What was your thoughts on his performance on Saturday?
I thought he was more visible than he was against Watford. But having said that, I don't think he held the ball up particularly well. He seems to, every second touch is a tackle. He can't control the ball to his feet at all, virtually. He chests it, it goes another 10 yards back. I mean, I'm not really convinced that we have the players to fit into the style of play that he wants to play in to suit him. And yeah, it seems to be like a £25 million panic buy. And it's a shrewd one at that to take him out of Burnley's side. But I think if we still have a striker now, I think Chris Wood will be having some bench time pretty soon. And will he get the goals we need? I don't think he will, because I don't think he'll be playing.
Yeah, I have to say, I agree with you, Billy. I mean, I've always had my doubts since he came in. Look, I'll support the lad as long as he's in the team. But like you, I don't think we've got the players that play to his strengths. Certainly, Maxi doesn't play to Chris Wood's strengths because he doesn't get the ball in quick enough. Fraser on the other side, maybe. But I don't think the formation suits Chris Wood. As we've discussed many times before, he had Barnes at Burnley, who really did the sort of off the ball dirty work for him, and I think that worked. They found a combination down there that worked. Well, listen, time will tell. I mean, we may find a combination that works for Chris Wood as well. Liam C, thank you for the $20 super chat, guys. Mate, he says, love the work, guys. Live in the US now, and this channel keeps me up to date with all things Toon. Thank you very much, buddy. Sorry about Ranieri. Has Ranieri been sacked? I haven't seen any.
Yes, he's gone. He's gone. Yeah.
I may be wrong, so correct me if I am, but I thought I saw on Twitter a certain cabbage linked with the job. Is that true?
I think it's just a rumor.
Going.
Apparently, they've approached his representatives.
Well, that's Watford down then. So basically, let's breathe easy, guys. We're in the Premier League next season. Jesus. Let's welcome the blonde-haired ginger ninja, whatever his colour hair he is. I'm not too sure. People don't know. Good evening, Baz.
Evening, you bald bastard.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Get in, you bald bastard! Hey! Yes, I must admit my emotions were very high when that ball went in the net on Saturday. It's safe to say. And somebody's actually put in the comments of me watch along, somebody has timestamped all of me phrases that I came out with during that game. I think it was Abs. But if people want to see all the different phrases that I came out with, and quite frankly, there was a few, you can go and have a look at the timestamp in the video. But God, there was getting stung in the arse with a wet jellyfish. There was getting hit in the face with a trout. All sorts of stuff.
Do you think you Sid Wardell? Is that what you're trying to emulate?
No idea. When I'm watching Newcastle United, anything leaves my mouth. I tell you,
he's as stuck as a fly in a glue factory.
Yes, it's raw. It's just raw, Baz. It's raw. Anyway, Baz, we've just been talking about Sevilla and Carlos before you came on. Just saying that his representatives are out there tomorrow, hopefully in a deal done by Wednesday or Thursday. He's the one that's looking most positive. And then we were just having a brief description about the game. We were talking about Fabian Schär's performance.
Classy.
Yeah, and what did you think of Chris Wood?
Did the dirty work, didn't he? There wasn't anything special. I thought the referee let him down a few times, giving away free kicks when there shouldn't have been free kicks, like we mentioned it on Saturday night. That one when he was in the box and he used his body to shield the ball well and got a shot off. And it was in a dangerous situation. The ball landed in the 6-yard box, so the keeper pulling a great save off, and he blew the whistle for nothing. I'd 2 games. I think this international window is going to do a lot for his confidence, and he's good because he's going to get used to playing with the players, work on tactics. ASM's got to be a much more clever player now around Wood. He needs to be 5 yards off him all the time, like he was near the end of the second half. Yeah. When he won a few flick downs and ASM was around him and he was picking the loose balls up. And that's how we're going to build attacks when we're in pressure. So, what was the percentage rate? Was it 29% or 39% of the ball we had?
Yeah, something like that.
So we need Wood to keep a hold of it, don't we? Otherwise,
yeah, well, that's what Billy's just been saying. You know, every second touch seemed to be a tackle for Chris Wood, and he needs to hold that ball up better than he has been. We were talking about Manquillo as well, and how for me, he changed the game for us.
Yeah, brilliant.
You know, with his the energy up the left-hand side, but he also seemed to have a good link up with Maxi.
Yeah, he did. There's that one run when he ran in the box and got a free kick, wasn't it? Almost got in the box. I was like, where the hell's that come from? Dropped his shoulder and everything and mugged the defender off. I was like, what's going on here? But yeah, very impressed with him. He always wanted to go forward. They seem to have a decent understanding. I would have preferred him on the right and Trippier on the left because Trippier can play at left back and he knows the role well. But Javi's
played
very
there
well,
twice
didn't he?
now this season.
He
I
has,
have to say he's been very, very impressive at left back.
Yeah.
I ain't got no problems with him playing the future at left back if needed. Shanio says Ranieri has to be one of the worst managers to ever grace the Premier League. Winning the title with Leicester in a freak season is really keeping him going. And I agree with him. I think, you know, if you look at Ranieri's record in the Premier League, it is shockingly bad. It really is. And a one-off season at Leicester, he had some very good players at Leicester, but he had a great the team spirit at Leicester. I genuinely believe was created by Nigel Pearson.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I think he deserves. Well, I'm sure the Leicester fans are the same. I'm sure they credit a lot of it to Nigel Pearson. He got them out of relegation trouble. He got that team spirit, the fighting spirit within that bunch of players. And I thought it was shocking the way he got let go of at Leicester. Fair enough, they went on to win the league. But, had Pearson still been in charge, I still think they would have done it because they had a wonderful team ethic together. But, Ranieri for me, I mean, I'd love to know how many managers Watford have been through in the last, 3-4 years?
I've got in fact, this season, Watford have had more managers than we've had victories.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they're on the third manager now, aren't they? Or fourth manager now or something like that.
I mean, it's just bizarre. It's
the way the clubs run, though, isn't it? They're a sacking culture.
And then, of course, I've just seen Steve Bruce's link with the job. I mean, my goodness me. I mean, if Steve Bruce gets a job at Watford, I think, I can safely say that them and Burnley are down. So it's between sort of, I mean, I'm convinced we're going to pull away. I really am convinced that we will finish mid-table this season again. And, all these people, doom mongers who've been saying, I enjoy the championship and that. I can't wait to stick my fingers up right down the middle of this camera at the end of the season. Louis says Premier League clubs are sacking more managers and Newcastle have scored goals this season. Abigail says Ranieri is definitely better than Bruce. Well, who isn't? I mean, Kermit the Frog's better than Steve Bruce, to be fair, Abigail. So, you know what I mean? We're not really going down a shock news statement there, are we? Ladstone says, how man, I was well into Rise. Yeah, I know, but unfortunately, copyright from these mysterious countries that I've never heard of across the world keep pinching copyright for them, and I have to be careful. So it's just the way it is, unfortunately.
Shit, innit? I hate that. You get copyrighted just for little things.
Mind you, I've won one of them back off Junior's music. I've won one, but I've still got about 4 that I'm going through. Geordie Riffs are in the house. Rocky the Cat is here. Evening all, Pooley Cat here, but determined to watch this tonight. Will you get well soon, Cat? I know you haven't been very well either.
Yeah.
Howdy all, says Michael. Abigail says so many MUFC fans think would not have had Howe make it past 3 games. Yeah, well, you know. Cesare, modern backstage showtime. Please remember to keep comments civil. Please don't use all caps. Apart from Joe Litton, obviously we know why. No spamming, and most of all, enjoy the show. It's like he's just...
Well said, Cesare.
You know what it is? It's like he should come on at the start, shouldn't he, with a microphone?
Yeah.
Say, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the main event of the evening.
Do you know what you'll be good for? Remember the Friday night show? The person to go to do all the adverts and all that sort of stuff. That's what he should do. We should just get him to pop on for like a minute and just do his little thing and then drop off again.
Yeah, definitely. Good evening, Tom. He says a few things hotting up. It seems Ari, Carlos, Lingard and Ali still in the mix. And Darwin Nunez mentioned again. We will come on to him, of course. Good evening, Forever Ron. Forster Mills, hi, all love the show. Thank you very much. Joshua says, I missed the Rise song too. We're even and all, you just can't please everybody. Shana says Lingard wants a 6-month loan before being a free agent, so he will 100% be committed in tackles, etc. We had a player like that Michael Owen that turned out bad. I'm not sure who you support, but if you had Michael Owen, then I do feel sorry for you. Good evening from Cardiff. That really wasn't a Welsh accent.
That was
so
not
I'm
even close.
does anybody want to attempt a Welsh accent? Because I have
Cardiff, is it?
Yeah,
That was a bit better.
yeah.
I couldn't believe it. Such passion.
That's
Yeah.
right. Go to the hills for a walk up the big mountain. Anyway, let's move on.
Guys. I mean, do you think he's really want to come to Newcastle? I mean,
Well, John, I really think he wants to come to Newcastle. I really think you're a red.
no. I mean, it's just getting mixed signals here. Like, I've seen a couple of tweets today saying, he wants a 6-month loan. Then we try to go with a permanent deal. And then, I don't know. I don't really know what he wants. Yeah.
Well, we're coming on to him shortly, John. And I see what you're getting at, mate.
But John, you've also got to remember who the sources are that you're reading. Some of them are a lot of shite.
True.
To put it bluntly.
Ronald Turnbull, thank you for your £5 super chat, matey. Paul, reference VAR, all thought ASM fell in the box again. It was a penalty.
It was a penalty, yes.
Baz, didn't get me started on a Monday pringing night, right? Just because of your stupid sleep deprivation, you can't see the game properly.
Spoke to a lot of Leeds fans. They think it would have been soft.
Well, of course I would. Fucking Leeds fan.
But again,
exactly, Billy.
Watching the football game.
Hang
Honestly,
on a minute. If that would have been
better.
a soft penalty, what was the hell of the penalty that Liverpool got yesterday?
That was just never a penalty.
I thought not a penalty, but Spurs had a goal that should have counted.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't even a push. Thiago Silva, though, used his experience there, to be fair. I mean, that was...
clever.
But Diogo, whatever his piggy name is, Jota, for Liverpool, the ball's run away. He then looks to see where the goalkeeper is and thinks, ooh, I'll just have a little bang into him. And he got a freaking penalty. Yet Ryan Fraser's wasn't against City. And it was the same fucking VAR referee.
It was,
Unbelievable. Anyway, Toon Dave, evening all. Happy Monday, evening, Paul, you beautiful bald bastard. Thank you very much. Evening, Paul and gang, hope you're well. We are 4 wise men. Well, it's 5 wise. Well, 4.5 now, Baz is on. Sean says, evening, Paul in the panel.
Oh, cheeky bastard.
I know. Foxy says, as much as we dislike Bruce, he wouldn't be the worst appointment for Watford. Not great football, but has history of staying up in the Premier League over years. Foxy, you've been smoking something, mate. Liam says,
right back.
Yeah. Liam says, buzzing, you've got Razor Ruddock on the show.
Fucking marvellous, mate.
Chippers wants to know if you've had your teeth whitened again, John.
Nah.
Yeah. We'll ask the judge next week on that.
Yes.
Mint Love the Toon Review says, Jimmy, thanks, buddy. Dangling Dave says, John Sinclair's in the house, folks. 80s Gamer. Hi, Paul. Hope everyone is well. Yes, the lads. Hope you are all doing well. Caitlin and Nick say, no news on your Cody, like Paul. No, there'll be an official period of around 48 hours mourning come the end of the transfer window. CFC Florida, thanks for your $10 super chat, matey. Thank you for your kindness again. Evening, everyone. Looking forward to another great show. Best night of the week, says Stephen. Ronald says, who that Man United man at the bottom left, well, he's bottom right now.
I was going to say.
Yeah. These came in before you. Baz, we had about 125 comments before the show even started, so I'm going to be a long way behind. We need to pay the 38 million for Carlos. We're only 8 million short. Now, John, we had a discussion the other night. I can't remember what night it was, but Barry was on the show as well. I think it was actually your full-time show, Baz, that you did. And so Billy will remember this conversation. We had a conversation about a quote that you'd made, John, regarding Newcastle just paying anything this month.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then we explained why that shouldn't be the case. And you said, yes, actually, I agree. It's a good point.
Yeah, but the thing is as well. Go on.
Don't interrupt me. So, can I just ask you, John, right? This is just on Maisie's show last night, you know, the Man United show you do, GGMU. You said the same thing. That we should just spend anything this month, pay whatever people want, just for this month.
Right, can I just explain myself, yeah?
You're going to have to.
Yeah. But
In the dock again.
I'm trying to say, right? I mean, just for this month, right? This is my opinion, right? If you want a player, right, you may. I'm not saying you got to pay an extra 20 million on top. That's what I meant. Yeah. Maybe pay an extra couple million more, like an extra 2-3 million more.
That's not what you said on Maisie's channel last night.
I must have got it wrong then. Again. But
Again.
People. Right? We shouldn't be held to ransom.
Exactly.
In future, like, you know what I mean? Because
John, if you set a precedent of paying what they want in this window, you're going to set a precedent for the summer window, then the next January window, then the next summer window. That's why the club are playing hardball right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll agree there. But
listen, I agree with you, John. When you're saying, 2, 3, maybe even up to 5 million over. Fair enough. I agree with you there, 100%. Cool. But when we're talking about 15, 20 million pound over a player's value, I think that's an absolute disgrace. To be honest, it's outrageous. But Rainey, good evening, lads. Hope you're all well. Looking forward to the show, and congratulations, matey, on getting up to 200 subs on your channel, matey.
Yes,
Rainey Toon Talk. So well done, buddy. Keep it going. Toon Dave says this is like an unofficial 4 horsemen. Well, it's not quite in them territories, mate, but we still want to have a laugh on all the streams. That's what we want to do. Yes. Dead Trail says sign Razor on. We only need him at the back. There you go, Billy. This has to be a busy week for us. Indeed, it does.
Definitely.
Now, let's move on to who John was mentioning before, Jesse Lingard. Before we talk about him, this is the situation that we believe is going on with Lingard. He wants to sign, but also wants to keep his options open until the summer. He doesn't want to commit until we're safe, again, with a view to a permanent move. But talks are happening in Dubai tomorrow, because obviously we know that Lingard's there, and we know he also liked a couple of Newcastle United Instagram posts over the weekend whilst being in Dubai. So, I mean, Baz, we'll start with you on Lingard. I just worry about the loan fee because there's been rumours of ridiculous loan fees amounts and, up to 10 million quid. And I think that is outrageous. If we paid a 10 million loan deal for Lingard up to 10 million, I think that's ridiculous.
What Man United are trying to do, if it's a loan deal for 6 months, because they know they're losing him in the summer, they're trying to recuperate it all in the loan deal. Yeah, because we can buy him for 10 million now and we can have him. But then Lingard's then saying, well, I don't want to go to Newcastle on a permanent deal because there's a chance they'll go down and I need to have my options open in the summer. So Man United are trying to recuperate as much money as they possibly can from him because they know they're going to lose him in the summer. Yeah. So it puts us in a hard place because we want him. There's no shadow of a doubt about it, but it's all down to the player. Yeah. Now, Trippier has been trying to apparently phone these players like Dele Alli and like Lingard and trying to persuade them to come because he knows there's a good thing happening with our club. And now with Watford sacking the manager and Steve Bruce taking over, we're safe. So it's not even a risk anymore for Lingard. You just need to get yourself on the bandwagon.
Yeah, it's a good point. Ryan Sweeney, thanks very much for the £6.66 super chat, matey. And also thanks to One Shot Daniel for the £20 donation as well. Thank you so much, guys. If you are enjoying the show tonight, guys, don't forget to please hit that like button. And if you like what you see and you're not subscribed, please do consider subscribing to the channel. And you can also become a member of the Toon Review if you just hit the join button, which is right next to the subscribe button. You can donate to the channel, as many people have already done tonight, by hitting the $ at the bottom of the live comments. We will also mention our sponsors of the Toon Review, who are Geordie Riffs. There they are there. Professional guitar repairs and servicing. If you have any issues with guitars or you want to learn to play, get in touch with Graham and Natalie at Geordie Riffs. Northeast company, fantastic people, fantastic little business they've got going on there. You'll get 10% off your first setup of a guitar, or you have 10% off your first repair. And you'll also get your first guitar lesson free if you quote the Toon Review when you see Graham or Natalie. They're also on the internet. The website is linked down below in the description. They're also on Facebook and Twitter as well. So give them a look out. Baz, any sponsors you want to mention?
Oh, God, I've got 3 now, haven't I?
All right.
Let's just go. I know, but they don't pay anything. One's my mate who's Coastal joinery and whatever it is. I can't remember now. I'm so tired. But the main one is Sports Trader. That's the one that we really sponsor, the charity. Please check them out at Toon Trader on Twitter, and they're trying to help disadvantaged kids in the Northeast. So please check them out. Cheers, pal. Oh, and
Cool.
if you don't mind, check out them on Wednesday night because they've got a mental health podcast on.
Brilliant. I presume all that is in your description on your channel videos, Baz. So if anyone wants to check them out somewhere, yeah. Peter Furbank, thanks for the £4.49 super chat, matey. Congrats on 8K, Paul. Loved watching the channel grow. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Carlos and Shah sounds like a decent partnership. Longstaff could be on his way to Forest. Yeah, I've heard that one, but we'll talk about outgoings a bit later.
That's happened a few times, though, hasn't
it? Lingard, Zapata, and the legend Ben Arthur. Well, Ben Arthur's definitely not coming. Abigail says, I agree. Don't like the sound of the Lingard deal. Omar says, love John, absolute legend. I would focus still on 2 centre-backs. At the end of the day, the Leeds win can't hide the cracks. No, but it's a start. I mean, that's where we want to be.
It was the unity, wasn't it, of the Leeds game that really shocked us a bit because they seemed all together. They seemed to want to fight, which we've not seen in previous games.
100%. Yeah. Peter, what's your views with Lingard then? Do you think, where do you stand on it?
I mean, it sounds like a bit of a crazy deal, a 10 million loan. I mean, that's a lot. But again, as Baz just touched upon, if Man United are recruiting to get the money back, if they are. Plus, I think the wages as well. I think they said we might have to expect to cover a lot of the wages as well. I mean, I would like to take him, but I mean, the 10 million's really, really quite high.
Yeah, John, what do you think?
Yeah, I got to agree with Pete, man. I mean, listen, the 10 million loan deal, like I said, that is absolutely crazy, man. I mean, and also you have to question the player as well. Does he really want to commit to Newcastle United? He said there you don't want to commit. But I said this before, only one player's going to come to Newcastle and play for the badge and play for the fans and have show passion. Yeah, but would I take Lingard? I would, but I would not pay 10 million loan fee. I wouldn't. They need to cut that down a bit. And he's got 6 months left on his contract as well. Crazy, man.
Good point. Toon Dave says, any nuns in the brothel tonight, Paul, especially if Susan's not around to mod you? Nuns in the brothel. Where that came from, I do not know, but hey-ho. Lingard is wanted by a French side that's owned by a Man U fan. No, it's not John. Dangling Dave says, John knows his Italian football as much as he knows about Man United. Vincent says, as much as I don't really rate Lingard, social media player that I'm not sure is ready for a relegation scrap. We need players. Anything is practically an upgrade on what we currently have. John wants to bring back Rafa. John, have a word. Carlos and Botman. Good evening from another one in Cardiff there, look. Joshua says Lingard is apparently in Dubai at the moment. He is indeed. Yeah. Shana says, all we hear is Radio Gaga. Anyway, all we hear is Lingard is concerned about relegation. I mean, who is he? He cannot even get into an average Man United team. We need players that are committed to Newcastle, players who want to be here. Listen, one thing, right, I would say is don't listen to all the hype and media reports of Lingard saying, I don't want to go there, because I don't believe it for a second. You know, we have to take that literally with a pinch of salt, because what happens is if he ends up signing, he won't sign if he doesn't want to be here. You know what I mean? And he knows he's got 6 months left on his contract. So if he does come on the 6-month loan, then that's fine. That's perfectly fine. As long as he plays and puts the effort in for the shirt, like we saw from the guys on Saturday, then I'll be happy. And then if he decides he wants to go elsewhere in the summer, but he's helped us to achieve Premier League safety, I'll be backing him 100%. Billy, how do you feel about the Lingard situation?
I'd pay the £10 million tomorrow. And it's up to us then to sell the club to him for 6 months he's here. Stay up, and I think we'll be able to keep him on a permanent deal. And if we do that, then it's £10 million well spent. He's a class player, a class above what we've got.
Do you not think it's extortionate though, Billy? 10 million for a 6-month loan deal?
I'd look at it in the fact that if we stay up, and with him in the side, I believe we will, then it's a £10 million signing on fee, and it's up to us to sell the club to him.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. It's a decent look. I mean, people get all. This is why we talk about these things, because everybody has different opinions on what they think of the fee or what they think of, the player himself. Now, as for him not wanting to come, I'm not sure about that, Baz, because we literally have to take those kind of reports. I mean, has Lingard ever said those words? I don't want to come to Newcastle, because all I've seen is a few media outlets reporting it, but then other ones saying, well, he does want to come. So you can never ever believe it.
No, you can't, and this is why we try and get as much information as we can and try and debunk a lot of the rumours that are on Twitter. Obviously, you've been seeing the information I've sent you before the start of the show, just in case I didn't make it. And talks are ongoing. They're not as far down the line as some people think they are, and that's with Dele Alli as well. But the players are willing to come if they can get the right deal for them, and you can't blame him. He's got 6 months left of his contract. He can do whatever he wants in the summer. But a player at 29,
it's going to be one of his last big moves, isn't it, for Jesse Lingard?
Exactly.
So.
And a player at 29, does he really want to sit on the bench for another 6 months when he's got an option to play 90 minutes probably every week for us?
And the World Cup coming up.
And the World Cup coming up, exactly.
And we know his representatives have been at St James's Park, and we know he's been liking Newcastle United posts on Instagram. Does that sound like a player that doesn't want to be here? Not to me.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just wants a release clause, and that's the problem.
Yeah, well, exactly. Paul, how are you feeling? Was it COVID or a faulty test last week? It was COVID, mate. I was really ill last Thursday. But luckily, fluids and paracetamol, etc., and a bit of rest on the Thursday, lots of sleeping, and it pulled me around a little bit. So over it now, and I'm free to leave the house tomorrow. So I've been stuck indoors for 5 days. I hate isolation. Jesus. CFC Florida, another $5 super chat. Thank you very much. Billy is spitting facts. R.E. Lingard. There you go. So well done, Billy, on that. Gary says, hi, lads. Does anybody know if the website His Goal has been shut down?
I think it has.
Really?
Yeah, but it does from time to time. And then
it does, just to hide it. And then
they hide it. Then they put different IP addresses on and get different servers. So it's listen, there's always going to be a way to watch the games. We know that. There's always
plenty of other sites as well.
Of course there is. But we do not on the Toon Review condone or promote that kind of thing for legal purposes. Thomas says if ASM wasn't a ball hogger, he would be brilliant. Look, I think he got rollicked once off Ryan Fraser for not passing him in the second half. But listen, I thought he was much better second half. I thought he had he was more like it. He was passing the ball better. He was giving it simple. He was still trying. The one thing that worries me about Maxi, though, guys, and I've said it a million times, is when he tries to dribble away in the defensive area and he loses the ball and puts us under pressure again. I mean, he did that a few times on Saturday, John.
Yeah, he did. I mean, what you said there, Paul, I have to agree with you again. I mean, he's getting better. I mean, he's doing the simple things better. And again, if you just do your thing, right? If you just don't hog the ball a long time, just take a long dive. Be more direct. Right? Don't defensive things, right? And then we'll see a better player for him. But he needs to change it up as well, because I don't want to say this, Paul, but he's getting a bit too predictable at times because they know what he's like. They found him out, and if you have two defenders along with him as well, he's not going to do it. But listen, end of the day, all I'd see for ASM, change it up, be direct, right, and then it'll be fine. But
John just confirmed that John Sinclair has moved on a free transfer to the United Stand channel. How long before John mentions the London Manx? Ian says, I'm feeling really confident that Carlos and Lingard are done deals by Wednesday at the latest. Listen, I mean, I think if Lingard agrees, if we do talk to Lingard in Dubai tomorrow, I have a feeling that there's an agreement in place already with Man United. That's the suspicion I have for any sort of deal, Barry. And I think what will possibly happen is if they speak to Lingard in Dubai tomorrow, he agrees to the terms, he signs in Saudi on Wednesday.
Yeah, and then he'll be unveiled for the Saudis as well. And that's what
Yeah.
they want, don't they? They want to make a signing and unveil it in front of their fans and in front of their nation. So it could happen. I'm not going to say it is going to happen because, like I said, the information we've got is it's not as far down the line as people think it is. So if talks develop tomorrow and it comes out positive and they find a solution to his release clause, then there's 100% chance he's going to sign. Because if he gets that, I think he will sign, to be honest with you. But he doesn't want to be tied down to a club that's relegated, because then you've got an unhappy player wanting to move, and that makes it more difficult for him to find a club, because we'll be asking for fees and wages and stuff like that. So yeah, if we can just sort that out, I think he will sign.
For everyone says, so when are Leno, Carlos, Botman, Bakker, Ali, Lingard and Zapata getting announced? If we get all of those players, it'll be like the greatest transfer window in the history of mankind, to pull off some signings like that. Speaking of Zapata, we believe it's still very early stages with him. So nothing, I wouldn't say any deal for Zapata is certainly going to happen this week. But, well, I'm saying this week. It's got to happen this week.
It's got to happen this week, yeah. But it might be in the last 2 days of the window, mightn't it?
Yeah, next, obviously, a week today. What time is it now? It's 9:15, so I'll have been streaming for about 12 hours next week. It's going to be a busy one for us, and I still think there's going to be deals done on deadline day, so it's going to be quite the busy one. But John, you spoke about Zapata many times, being the Serie A correspondent for Manchester United in the past. What would he bring to Newcastle, John?
I'm still laughing because he keeps mentioning Man U, by the way.
Oh, I always will, my friend. That will never go away.
John, it's your own fault. You said you support Man United on your own channel.
Rubbish.
Yes, there'll be video evidence played at the trial next week, but we can't talk about the trial for legal reasons. So let's just talk about Zapata, John, and what will he bring Newcastle?
What he'll bring, and he's similar to Joppa, by the way, if I'm going to be honest with you. But what he'll bring pace, he'll bring strength, and the hold-up play is absolutely fantastic. He's an absolute beast. Look, he's both footed, and he can run the ball as well. And the guy's 6'2". He scored 68 goals and 120 appearances, I think it is. Yeah. But listen, end of the day, the guy's come 31, and he is levels, and I mean levels above Wilson, Gale, and Wood. And if he does come to Newcastle, Paul, right, guys, please enjoy him because he is absolutely fantastic, and I have no problems with him.
Can he handle the Premier League, John?
Oh, of course he will. No problem at all whatsoever. I've got every confidence in Zapata. And he's an absolute beast, like I said. And it shouldn't take it that long to get used to it. Yes, he's been in Italy for a long, long time. But at the end of the day, I think he'll do bits for Newcastle United. And I think, just ask Harry Maguire what happened to him in the Champions League. He absolutely owned him that night.
Well, then again, that's not a difficult
That's not difficult
is it, really? Joe says, glad to hear nobody injured outside Elland Road on Saturday. Sounds like it was horrendous. Yeah, there was a big crush. About that. Which is currently being looked into by Leeds United and Newcastle United trusts, and as well as the Yorkshire Police Department as well. They're all looking into that. Just thank God. I have heard from a couple of people who were caught up in it. Thankfully, they're safe and uninjured, but it could have been so much worse. I don't know what the hell's happened there, but something's gone badly wrong and could have caused an awful situation. But thank God it didn't turn out like that. Kendo says it's a buyer's market for us. Either they accept the offer or we invest elsewhere. And good luck getting that money from the other teams. The world's our oyster. Kyle says, would love to see us sign Lingard, Carlos, a second centre-back, and either Zapata or Nunes. Nunes is a very interesting one because seemingly we've gone back in for him, or we've made inquiries. Now, this is very early stages again. But this is the guy at Benfica, Baz, am I right?
Yeah, I don't know too much about him, and he's not on my list, to be honest with you. Zapata is the one that we're really chasing. And to be honest with you, I'd rather we just got him and put all our eggs in that basket because he is quality. I watched when we've got linked with him, I watched a lot of videos of him scoring goals, and John's right, he reminds me of Drogba. He puts the ball in the net, he knows where the goal is. Nunes, would he hit the Premier League ground running because he's playing in Portugal? Because of that league's quite soft, isn't it? So it's I mean, he could be good. Don't get me wrong, but
I think it's a bit harsh. It's a bit soft, Baz. I mean, well,
compared to the Premier League, it's a bit soft, isn't it?
Well, you could say that the Premier League's a bit soft when you see players rolling around with, I've lost an eyelash. I think I'll roll around screaming for 5 minutes. John, another one at Atalanta is Robin Goussons. Is he any good?
I think he's fantastic, in my opinion. Listen, I mean, he bombs up down the left-hand side, and I think he's a fantastic wing-back as well. If you're going to play field at back, he'd be a fantastic wing-back. I mean, you can play full-back and play left wing as well. The only concern about Robin at this moment in time, that he's injured at the minute. He gets a few injuries, but don't let that put you off, guys, because he is a German international, played in the Euros as well. I think this guy's fantastic. And Atalanta turned down an offer of around 25 million, and they want more. They want a bit more than that. But if he comes,
how old is he, John?
He's 27.
27.
27 years old.
He's in the. I would say is 27 the peak of your. I wouldn't say twilight, but
well, peak.
I'd say peak.
Peak, yeah.
But he's on his peak. He's in peak on his peak. But listen, I have no problems getting this guy. He's joined Atalanta. I think it's on a free transfer, by the way, on a 5-year deal. And listen, I think again he is up and down. But my only concern about Robin is he gets injured a little bit. But guys, don't let that put you off, because he's a quality left back wing.
I like the way you're calling him by his first name there, John, as if you're sort of mates. You know what I mean? Good pals. Me and my mate Robin over there at Atalanta. We stay in touch, and we're pen pals like how keeping it real. Charlie says, Leicester fan here. Always enjoy the show. Please take Perez back. No, I think we lost the receipt for him, didn't we? I think it was burnt in a fire somewhere. Jesus Christ. Definitely not. No. Stanley says, I think it's no coincidence that the improvement at the back has happened since Trippier's arrived. Forever on, thank you for the $2 super chat. Hit that like button, bros. Perez was a great signing. I'm not sure who you support, but if it's, I think that might be a Mickey take at Leicester. You think Barnes is better than ASM, Paul? No. What I'm saying is, the way Burnley set up suited Chris Wood's game, i.e., a 4-4-2. We don't play a 4-4-2. So, Barnes does not play in the same position that ASM does. They're two very, very different players. But Barnes did the dirty work for Burnley, not just for Chris Wood. He was like a little terrier dog. Many times when I've seen him play, I wanted to punch him in the middle of the face because he's an arrogant little twat. But he does it to wind others up and does it very well, Billy.
Yeah, he does, yeah. It's one of those players that all opposing fans love to hate, isn't he? He's the modern-day David Speedy, I guess. Yeah, I can't stand him either. I'd like to cheat him as well.
He didn't even read my donation out. Well, I did, Peter. Unfortunately, it disappeared off the top of my screen, but I did read it when I got to it. So, I love you, really. Foxy says, really didn't expect Burnley to get a result away at Arsenal with such a poor team. Hoping Dyche doesn't pull off a miracle. I think that's more to do with Arsenal being up and down this season. I mean, I mean, they're not very good. John, they're playing red. Do you have any interest in Arsenal?
He loves AFTV, doesn't he?
Oh, no, Lee Gunner. Who, by the way, John mentioned yet again on Maisie's channel last night. Lee Gunner, and then all of a sudden there was just an explosion, and it went off air for about 2 minutes. I don't know what happened, but then as soon as he mentions his name, he's like, John starts going.
John, I've heard they've got a vacancy at AFTV as well. Have you applied?
Yeah.
No.
Let's swiftly move on from that, Barry. We'll not. We'll not discuss that.
No, I was going to discuss that, but I was just going to say John should be applying for AFTV.
Well, he probably has already, man. He's probably been in touch with them. Andy McKellar, thank you for becoming a new member of the channel. Welcome to the family, matey. Let's have a look. Adam says gives new meaning to feeding him to the wolves. Cannavaro as Watford managers. Cannavaro? Surely he wouldn't go to Watford. John, Italian correspondent for Manchester United. Tell us more.
I tell you what, right? I mean, I hope if it's going to be him,
Brilliant.
I cannot see that move happening, man. Because what would I want to go to Watford for? He must know about what's going on. Okay, I know he's friends with Postle, right? Got a relationship with him, but I'll be absolutely astonished in a minute if he goes there, man. But I just can't see it happening, Paul. I'm sorry, but he should have sent. He should have. He should. Yeah, how do I put it? He'd be an absolute muppet if he goes to Watford.
Muppet. You're a muppet.
Well,
what am I going to say about him?
I love it. I love it if we beat them.
He was a world-class elite defender and
he was. I mean, there's no doubt about that.
Of course he was.
He's yet to be, I think he's yet to be proven management level. Mansell Hansel, that's a very interesting username. Eddie Howe has said he still wants to add 6 players by the end of the window. If he can pull that off, wow, 8 in one window, it would be incredible. Yes. Sean says, I've been watching some Leeds podcasts to see what they felt about the game, and they kept getting mixed up and calling Javi Manquillo St. Maximin that got the free kick. That's how good he played. Do you think he could establish himself as a left back if Howe maybe wanted to convert him, Pete?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, I think the 2 games he's played there against Man United and of course Leeds give him another chance, possibly against Everton when we take them on the 8th of February. Why not? Why not?
Well, we don't know how bad Dummett's injury yet.
No.
Well, we don't know any injury news yet, really. I mean,
Lewis as well.
I just don't think Dummett's got the pace as a left back now. That's my concern.
See, I've always thought Dummett would end up at centre back.
I think he's better at centre back.
Game. Yeah, the way he plays the game, he loves tackling and he loves making headers and
just passing out of the back. That's shocking, though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we haven't got anybody that can do that really, apart from Shaw when he's got his head in the game.
Rafinha was giving him a few problems at times.
Well, Rafinha is let's not forget, he's a quality player, Rafinha, and I don't think, I'd love him in the Newcastle side, to be honest. I think he's a real threat. So I don't think it's any sort of embarrassment getting done a few times by Rafinha, but I see what you mean. Pace-wise, wasn't there. And obviously the injuries are going to take a toll, aren't they? They're going to, they're going to be taking its toll on players' pace and things like that.
We're very lucky Leeds didn't have a striker on Saturday, because the amount of times they got inside the box and pulled the ball back and no one was there. It was criminal at times.
Dan James out up front, didn't they?
Yeah, he was. I don't see the fascination in him, guys.
25 million's a lot of money for
he's
that,
got some pace, but I don't think he's anything to shout about. Look, I think that game on Saturday, I mean, it could have been 3-3 at half time. It could have ended up 6-6. It was a really good end-to-end game of football, I thought, between two teams who went for it. And to be fair to Leeds, they went for it. I think we did well, because I think after about 75 minutes, Leeds ran out of ideas. They didn't have anything else. They were just throwing balls into the box, which Dubravka, to be fair to him, was controlling all game. And those balls that were coming into the box, he was claiming them. And so I was really, really happy with that. Wacky Angler says someone should send that beautiful bald bastard voice clip to Shelby's Instagram. Abigail says it was me that timestamped the commentary, Paul. Thank you very much, because there's about 10 or 15 phrases on there that I can't even remember saying. Sean says I had to look back at it and it was class, Paul. Thank you very much. Daniil says Shah was a rock. The person who made the timestamps on Paul's watch-along video is an absolute legend. Well, that's Abigail. 12th Man Toon says, on a points-per-game basis, we have an easier run of next 4 games compared to the bottom 7 of the Premier League, and it's by a large margin. With new signings, if we keep form, we may pull off survival. I think we will pull off survival, to be honest. I'm really confident.
I think Everton's winnable.
I mean, the thing that got me was this photo after the game. That just says to me, camaraderie, we're all in this together kind of thing, and we're going to keep Newcastle United in the Premier League.
Have you seen someone's tweet about this photograph? If you look just over Trippier's shoulder, in between between Miggy, there's a little guy peering. Can you see him?
Yes, yeah.
Someone tweeted that out saying Adam Pearson made it into the photograph.
Oh, my goodness me. Jesus Christ. Honestly.
It was funny, though.
It was. I mean, he paid an absolute fortune on Saturday to sit in the bloody hospitality at the Leeds. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, he paid hundreds of pounds. Anyway.
It's not for me, like hospitality, but it's nice to do it every now and again.
But not at an away ground.
They still would have got good food and that. And seeing the game, we were sitting at home watching it. So
it was in Leeds, wasn't he? Probably got a very nice. What's those pies that you used to eat in Coronation Street? Stew pots or something. What is it? Something pot.
Betty's Hot Pots.
Betty's Hot Pots. That's the one. Louis says, "Can I just say I hate international breaks?
Couldn't have came any better for us though. Could
yeah,
it?
Exactly. I think this one I don't mind actually. You know what I mean? There was a rumoured medical plan for tomorrow. Any ideas?
Hopefully, Lingard in Dubai.
Listen, medicals can be booked, as we well know, and nothing happens. Exactly. So let's just. Dangling Dave says, "Baz is a top man. Talks sense." Thanks,
Dave. Appreciate that.
Yeah, well said.
Not many people agree with you, but thanks.
Of course not. No, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for all the comments. Taylor says, I posted the video when Shelby scored on my TikTok and got 1K views. Was that you who posted it with a video of me? Because my daughter came downstairs yesterday and said, Dad, look what's on TikTok. And it was me on somebody else's TikTok account. Somebody had cut the video of me screaming in "You beautiful bald bastard." So that might have been you, Taylor. So well done on getting 1,000 views.
Copyright claim.
Oh, I'm not like that. No. But if you can send it to my TikTok, if you can just cut me in. I don't know what my username is on TikTok. I don't use it very much. It's Ditchy something, I think. But I don't know. Michael says Manny has always played better at left back. Daniel says Mankio unsung hero. Apparently Newcastle are playing a Saudi Arabian team in a friendly on Friday. Indeed they are. Yep. But it's been it's kept very, very hush-hush. Definitely keep Trippier on the right. Aditya, thank you for the 40 yen. Will you sack Howe and get Ranieri or Rafa Paul? No. Absolutely not. Ranieri? Ranieri? That's how high I can go when I'm, about Ranieri.
Just to say that he's had a Sinclair.
Without a doubt. But I do thank you for your donation. Steve says the more better players that come in, the better ASM will have to play as a team player. Otherwise, they will give him rock all. Rock all? I've never heard that before. Adrian says we have 8 days after deadline day to work with the new lads. Everton are going to get destroyed. Will we respect them, John?
Yeah, and you know the rest.
There's no respect to Jordan Pickford, though.
No, absolutely not.
I'll tell you what, let's hope we smash him.
Oh, please, let's stop, because people will start freeze framing that.
You know what it is, right?
I'm in trouble now.
I hope we score 5 past Pickford, honestly. That's when we get 5 past.
John, we've not scored 5 in about 18 years.
It's very toxic.
Free will do. As long as it's 3 points.
Plus, it's got very toxic at their club as well. I mean, there was protests against their ownership as well. So,
yeah.
Bottles being forward as well.
I mean, their owners have spunked a lot of money on a new stadium, haven't they? And got nothing for transfers. And that's what threw Rafa under the bus there. He had 2.5 million in the summer, and he was bound to fail with the amount of injuries they had. So, should never have went there, though. Broke my heart.
Broke my heart in San Francisco. Don't know what came on me there. Ben Foster seems like a good dude at goalkeeper for Watford. Is he a dude? I know he's got.
He's not a bad goalkeeper, but again, is he a goalkeeper that can play with his feet? Because remember, this is what Newcastle want. They want a goalkeeper
whatever you're into, I think, isn't it?
I've got a lad at work who loves feet. He talks about them every
break. No. Move on, please.
Well, you're the one who brought it up.
Yeah, but I should know about you and your bloody dirty comebacks. Did you see Trippier organise the players when Shelby took the free kick? He should be team captain.
Yeah, I agree with that, don't we?
100%.
Frank says Rafa and Ranieri will probably never manage in the Premier League again. There should be a rule limiting the number of managers a club can use in a season. Stop this lose and sacked process. Well, Watford definitely should, to be honest. I mean, how much money have Watford lost in compensation paid out to managers? I mean, that's what I'd like to know. Yeah, it must be in the millions.
Yeah. You would hope so.
Well, yeah. I mean, they probably are, right. Ranieri was the 8th manager of Watford since 2018.
Yeah, it's terrible, isn't it?
Hell's teeth. I mean, that's
the thing is, though. I mean, if you look at a lot of the sackings as well, though, like with Ranieri, they go nowhere, aren't they? So they're making a change because he's losing week in, week out, and he's not picking up any points. So you can't sort of blame the club for sacking him. But it's the amount of times they do it, I guess. It's a little bit wrong.
Comment.
I know. Chippers thinks it's Monday.
It's definitely not Monday. Well, it is Monday, but it's not Monday.
It is, but it's not the Horseman. David says, I think Watford will go for Rafa.
Okay, they might.
I don't know.
Can't see how it happening, people.
I wouldn't put it past them.
I mean, would Rafa want to go into another team that could potentially get relegated, like what happened with us in 2016? I mean, I think Watford are very strong favourites to be heading down this season now.
Yeah. I mean, look, Watford are bang out of form. I mean, to be honest, it makes our result against them even a bit, you know. I don't see the Saudi owners throwing up money.
Look, money is there. Transfers are available. Wages available. These guys will do shit or bust for Newcastle United to stay up. The money is there and they will throw it. They'll throw it at the right players at the right prices, though. That's the only difference. They will not throw 60 million at Carlos just to get him through the door. They'll pay the price that he's worth. So everyone just needs to just chill out a little bit. We've got 8 days left of the window. There's no games to worry about coming up. Players will come through the door. It is going to happen. Just enjoy the ride. I mean, this is the first window in 14, 15 years.
I mean,
we're actually signing players.
Yeah, you're right, Baz, because, I mean, how many years have we gone by now with transfer windows when we've just been like, there's nothing to do, there's nothing to get excited about. But this time, even the fact that we're linked to players, not just linked to 1 or 2, we're linked to 6 or 7, and completely different scenario, Bill.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we were kind of hanging on Hamza Chowdhury on loan in the summer, weren't we? That's how far we've come. Now being linked with some of the best players in the world. So
exactly.
Great, isn't it?
The last time we signed someone in January window, I'm positive, was Papa Cisse. And when was that? That was 2016, was it?
12.
12, it's even worse. So there you go, 10 years ago. So come on, guys, let's just enjoy. We've signed 2 players already. We've spent 37 million. There's a chance we're going to sign Carlos for another 38 million. Add that on top. We're going to be around about 150 million by the time this window ends. And that's incredible.
Yeah. DCI Vera's in the house, guys. Hello, Pet. Right, just over an hour gone in the show, guys. So if you are enjoying the show, we've got just under 1,000 people watching at the minute, which is incredible stuff. So please do hit that like button if you're enjoying the show. If you're new to the channel and you like what you see, please do go and consider subscribing. You can also become a member of the Toon Review by hitting the join button at the bottom of the video, is it? Next to the subscribe button anyway. And you can also donate to the channel if you like to do that. You can hit the $sign at the bottom of the live comments, take through to a payment that way. Big shout out to our sponsors, who are Geordie Riffs, professional guitar repairs and servicing based in the northeast of England. Graham and Natalie will give you 10% off your first setup of a guitar, or 10% off your first repair, and also offer you the first guitar lesson free of charge if you fancy taking up playing the guitar. They do have a website, so please go and check them out. The link is in the description. They're also on Facebook and Twitter. Baz, your sponsors on the world of sport.
Yeah, so Coastal Carpentry and Joinery. So if you need any work done, like decking or anything like that, that's the guy to look at. And of course, Toon Trader. Again, we sponsor them, but it's a great charity, so please check them out. And that photo guy, I forget what he's called now, but again, I've got a print to give away. Northern Soul, I've got a print to give away. He sent this to me. I'm not going to open it. I'm just going to send it out to the winner. It's a print of the Time Bridge. So if you subscribe to World of Sport TV, you will be in with a shout, as long as you DM me your details, because YouTube doesn't always tell us when people subscribe for some reason.
Very, very true. So please go and subscribe to World of Sport TV on YouTube as well. Also, please subscribe to Peter's channel, PD Proudlock, and also John Sinclair's channel, which is John Sinclair.
John Sinclair, the Man United legend.
Yes. If you just search on YouTube for John Sinclair GGMU, you'll find him in a second. CFC Florida, thank you very much for the super chat of $5 again. Would any club's supporters be unhappy to see Watford and Burnley relegated?
No,
not really. Craig Johnson, thank you for becoming a new member, matey. Welcome to the Toon Review family. Adam says we should bring back Adam Armstrong He's class on FIFA. Oh, he's class on FIFA. Well, that means. Joey Lyle, thank you for the £4.49 super chat. He says, what about Steve Bruce for the Watford job? Don't worry, Watford fans. He's great.
Yeah, enjoy the championship, Watford, if you get him in.
Yeah, he's off. He's awesome, man. Just don't put them off. Let him go to Watford.
I would love him to go to Watford, and then all the pundits will know exactly how shite he is because Watford will just sink.
Exactly. I was going to say that because they were bigging him up when we had him say we should have sacked him. Well, let's see if he goes to Watford and see how crap he does there. Let's see if the pundits will change their mind.
Indeed.
Probably not. Exactly. He'd probably say he came to Watford too late. That would be the excuse they'll come up with.
Yeah. Jose says this takeover is not what we thought it could be. No money spent as Man City or Chelsea. Something is wrong. Jose, I'm not sure you're a Newcastle United fan, matey. If you are, then please get off the stress mill because it's very, very early days for our takeover. It took Man City quite a while to get going. Sorting new managers out, bringing in players. It didn't happen overnight for them either.
The one question I would like to ask him is how long has he actually been supporting Newcastle if he is a fan? Because he mustn't have known this last 14 years that we do because we know how shite it's been. So, we've spent 37 million, which would never happen in the last 14 years.
Again, Jose, it is your opinion, but you know what it is? Just let's go with the ride, like Barry said before. Let's just enjoy this. And see what happens. If it goes wrong, then we can criticise. But so far, we can't because it hasn't. Bruce says, Paul thought John was on the Man United site, lol. Ab says, I've lost faith in the transfer rumours. Never lose faith until the window's closed.
Exactly. Just don't believe everything that's written. That's the only thing. Stick with a couple of people that you trust, people who have got certain things right, and just ignore the rest of it. It's the best way to do it.
Indeed. Potato Gamer says, my mate's a Leeds fan and said it was a shit decision. It was definitely a penalty.
Oh, well, there you go.
It was a penalty.
It was a penalty.
Listen, he caught him and then he slipped. But the foul had already took place. That's what Kyle
it's
says...
just his dive. If he didn't dive like the way he did, he might have
He slipped.
Yeah, but you see the way he went down when he slipped, though. He threw his hands up in the air. Oh, God.
Do you know what? Your negativity just blows me away. Really I tell you what, you're getting worse than me. And that's saying something. I'm
going to let you have that one.
Kyle says, how does the ref that was on VAR doesn't give Newcastle a penalty, which was a stone wall, and then the same official gives Liverpool one that never was? Yeah, we said that before.
Because they're clueless. Because they're clueless, these referees that we've got. If it's the referees who are running it,
Big Six.
Majority.
Yeah, it is. It's the Big Six. It is.
Listen to TalkSport today, and Neil Warnock made a good point today. And he said,
"Who?
Neil Warnock?
No, who did you listen? What station was he on?
He was on TalkSport this morning.
Who?
Talk shite, mate.
Never heard of them. Never heard of them.
Sorry, talk shite. Right, and he basically said that the standard of refereeing in England is absolutely shocking, especially the young ones as well. And I have to agree with him because at the end of the day, I mean, you got people like Mike Dean. I mean, he should retire, by the way.
I'm going to be started on him. He gives me high blood pressure.
Worst referee. What's he now? 55, 56. He should have retired 10 years ago. But
Baz, you may laugh about that, right? But he does. When I was down at Liverpool,
I've got some pills for that, mate. If you want some.
When I was down at Liverpool, I swear to God, I was shouting, "Mike Dean, it's all about you!" so loud and so strongly. I lost my balance at half time when I was screaming at him because my head went all fuzzy and light.
Brilliant.
And believe me, for a size heat that I've got to go fuzzy and light, there was definitely a problem. And it was because I was screaming at him. Chippers, thanks for the £6.10 super chat. 2 seconds, Baz. £6.10 super chat. And he simply put the comment GGMU #FF. Walidovich, thank you for becoming a new member of the Toon Review. Welcome to the family, brother. Thank you very much. Go on, Baz.
Yeah, so if you want to listen to two referees that are actually, quite smart and actually tell it how it is, Hackett and Halsey on Twitter, they're brilliant. So if you follow them, listen to what they say, they really should be running VAR or running the referees or doing it. But the FA don't want them involved because they tell them how it is.
Yeah, don't try and get Mark Halsey on a stream though, because
hey,
he's
He's running on KFC internet, basically.
Yeah, if you don't know what we're laughing at, he was on World of Sport TV with an interview with Billy. It was a couple of weeks ago now, Bill, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
And I swear to God, Mark Halsey was in some kind of wooden hut in the middle of a forest because the connection was unbelievable. And
Underground.
I think, Billy, you had the patience of a saint that day because I swear to God, if that was me, I would have said, look, so I'm just cutting you off because it's impossible to talk to you. Yeah. I mean, it was worse internet than John Sinclair, and that is saying something.
And Danny. It's worse than
Danny's. Yeah, but they're both Bristol, and we know it's crap down there. He could have been in a forest in Bristol. You got any trees in Bristol, John?
No, just I've got one at the front, but other than that,
I've got one tree at the front. I love it. What about the whole of Bristol, mate?
John, I meant the whole of Bristol. Do you have any forest areas or woodland?
Yeah, we do. We've got to one about 20 miles away. I'm not going to lie, but
Forest of Dean.
Yeah, that's where Mike Halsey was. But guy, what a top guy he is, though.
Yeah,
if you chat to him on Twitter, probably the best way to have a chat with him because you're not going to do it over video call. So so drop him some tweets because he's a top guy.
He is indeed. Talk to him all day, and you do ask him one question with his internet.
Yeah, I couldn't talk to Walter with internet like that. Well, apparently there's only one tree in Bristol, John. It's in your front garden, but I'm intrigued. Shauna says Tripp signed from top Spanish team where he was a regular starter and he committed to us. Lingard not good enough to get into an average Man United team and he's whining about relegation. Forget him. But we don't know if he's saying that though, guys. That's the thing.
He's not worrying about what he's worried about is if we do go down, that he's stuck in the Championship and a World Cup. Yeah, that's the only thing he's worried about. It's not that we're going to go down. It's that if we do go down, his future then gets stuck again, doesn't it? And he doesn't want that. He's 29. He wants to play Premier League football. He wants a chance to go to the World Cup. So he wants to keep his options open. And you can't blame him for
that. Abs says, get your comments in now for next week's show. Do you want to come here and sit and go through the comments, Abs? Do you? Really?
People don't understand it, do they, Paul? It is actually impossible to keep up with. It really is.
I have no idea what it's like. So unless you're sitting in this chair with my fat, sweaty ass, then shut up. Aditya, I did read out your bloody super chat. Be patient. End of rant. Shira says, why you wear red over black and white in the Toon review, or is hailing back in time when Toon wore red and white? Listen, it's just a T-shirt on a cartoon. You know, that's all it is. It's just a YouTube banner with a red shirt and the Newcastle top underneath. If you really want to talk to a Man United fan, bottom right-hand corner, ladies and gentlemen, which... You know, as a comment came into his show the other day, he's got Old Trafford spelt the wrong way on his background.
That was so funny.
Oh, man.
I can't wait to design your background, John.
It's not going to happen.
It is happening, John. John, it's your punishment, otherwise you're barred from the Horseman show.
Is that a 2-week suspension? Or
no, you've got your punishment from the last one, John, which you have to do, right? Which is the background. That's what your sentence was. Now, what your sentence may be next week, that's up to Baron Judge von Flaming Loch Ness Monster, whoever he is, who's going to be performing the trial.
And if you refuse to put it up, you're going to be barred from any of our streams. That's mine, Paul's, and Pete's for a week if you don't put it up.
Aditya, will you please stop shouting at the mods to read your super chat? It's done. You have to just respect that everyone else's comments come in before yours. Just chill out. What's the matter with people tonight? Goodness me. Dave says, terrible Welsh accent, boys. Here's some proper Welsh. Dwan Caru Castle Newed.
Good effort.
Thank you. I'm here all week, ladies and gentlemen. Chris says, it sets a bad precedent to pay whatever we want. Don't agree at all. Well said, Chris.
Well said,
That's you
Chris.
told Sinclair. 35 million for Carlos. No more than that. Bruce says, Paul, fancy putting John on the spot. John's always on the spot. He brings it on himself. Listen, when a man sits on a Man United stream or his own stream and tells everybody, in fact, he said it on a Newcastle United forum, right?
His own forum.
He took the hoof. right? Because he was getting sick of the comments coming in that he was a red on the show. And he went, listen, right, I'll stop you all there. Everyone will back me up that I am a Manchester United fan.
I'll pull it back.
No, you didn't.
Did you?
Well, you really didn't. Because everybody's got recordings of it, John, so you had no chance to pull it back.
We'll pull it back to Sunday then.
Ab says, let's leave the Red Devil stuff for the trial. We don't want John getting off on a technicality. Exactly. I don't want John getting off at all. I mean, that's something I don't want to think about. If Wood played in a 4-4-2 with Wilson, then you'd see a better performance. He did the dirty work on Saturday. Still, he'd be a perfect bench centre forward if we sign Zapata. What do you think of that, Pete?
That's not a bad shout. He's a bit there. I mean, I think Wilson will get back in the team straight away. I've got to say, when he comes back fit, I think he will.
He has to, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I
mean, would you go 4-4-2, Billy, when Wilson comes back, or not?
No, we haven't got the midfielders to suit that system, I don't think. We need more legs in the midfield. I don't think Shelby would work in the 4-4-2. I think you go everyone, even with Joe Linton next to him. So I'm not sure we've got the men in and the manpower to play a 4-4-2 midfield-wise.
Yeah. Jim says, on the show, we've got three wise men, a magnificent baldy bastard, and the accused. Magic. Toon says, John say anything he thinks the ladies want to hear, even more so on the Man U channel. Any female YouTuber talking about football, John sneaks his way on their channel with hello, ladies. You know what? I would laugh at that if I didn't find it actually true. Do you think we will be sorting new sponsors while in Saudi, Billy?
Yes.
Sorry.
Saudi golf.
Baz and Billy sounds the same, doesn't it? Jesus. Limelight hogger.
I believe it's Saudi golf. The rumor is Saudi golf who've just taken over a lot of the European tour golf-wise. So, yeah, Saudi golf looks like they're all on our first sponsors, possibly.
Yeah. Baz?
100%. I think we called it in when we were talking to one of the pro golfers on the golf show about them taking over and being one of our sponsors. So, yeah. Cool. Be a huge sponsor as well. A lot of money in golf and a lot of money with that sponsor. So,
everybody wave to Danielle. She's in the house. I said Danielle as well, John, not Daniel. Right. One player that it doesn't look like we're going to get at the minute is Michel or Michael Bakker. The deal is currently off at the moment because apparently they're asking for an extortionate signing on fee and an agent fee. So they need to work that out, but the deal isn't dead as yet, Baz.
No, it's not dead in the water, but it doesn't look likely because of those fees. Again, trying to hold the club to ransom to get as much money as they can out for the agent and the player. It's wrong in my eyes. You know, these agents get paid far too much money for doing, easy deals sometimes. Push a bit of paper, don't they? And they get paid 10 million. I wish I was an agent now. I wish I stuck in at school and learned how to be one. But yeah, there's still a chance the deal could happen, but they've really got to lower their expectations of what they can get for signing on fees and stuff like that. So it's one to keep an eye on, but one to not get excited about like a lot of people are on Twitter. So that's debunking a lot of the Twitter stuff. That basically the deal is still a potential, but it's nowhere near down the line as what a lot of people are saying.
Yeah. And while Lewis and Dummett were injured, left back could have been a panic buy sort of situation, but now it looks like we've got three that can play there. So I don't think they're in the right kind of time mode to be doing all this.
Yeah. Shan, is it Shan? How do you pronounce that? C-I-A-N.
Shane?
Cian.
Greetings from Ireland, gents. Tuned in on Saturday, and when you went off on Maxi for not passing to Fraser, I thought you were going to have a stroke. It was hilarious. Love the show. Yeah, I've got to watch the blood pressure, I think, the older I get. Any player wanting a relegation clause has no faith in themselves and will not fight for us, but just take a wage. Not sure I agree with that, but again,
it's not true.
Everyone has an opinion. I must be one of the only ones who's generally not asked if we get Lingard. Well, yeah, but
if we get somebody else in his place and Lingard doesn't come, then fair enough. But if it's Lingard or Dele Alli at the moment, isn't it, for that attacking midfield position, and we need one of them. So which one would you rather have?
Both.
Yeah, both would be good.
Yeah, why not just build a brilliant squad? Or we'll just send Danielle on a plane with an empty checkbook and come back with a full plane. I'm sure she would love to do that, to be honest. The minute Lingard said he won't commit is a good reason to walk away. He won't be joining the club for the right reason. Look, we don't know. He
hasn't said that.
I mean, Danielle, I really do apologise for Truls' comment here because, you can deal with them on the forum tomorrow. Danielle, I'm shocked that you are 50. I thought you were 25 to 30. You know, when you hear that quiet wind. Yeah, and then
there may be trouble
ahead. Billy, we need to work on that single, man. 12-man Toon says, I'm nervous as Fook for this week, mind. Got me, I don't know what that's, got me ill, probably, but it's just a W on the end. I think there may well be a couple of signings that won't wow you, but a future prospect for new season, says Wacky Angler.
I don't think there will be. I think they're trying to sign proven players to get us out of the shit that we're in. I don't think we'll be looking for future players until maybe the summer when we know whether we're safe or not.
Yeah. Daniil says there was a definite togetherness on Saturday, without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt. Leeds game was a huge result for us. Danielle said she'd sign Lingard. Balls to it, he could keep us up.
Yeah, I agree.
Tunza says, why are we chasing after players that have said that they do not want to play for us, just wasting time? The only thing that will change is money, so it's not the fight in the player. So
can someone tell me where Lingard's been quoted to say that he doesn't want to play for Newcastle, since everyone's saying it? Because I've not seen anything that says that.
Yeah. Same, yeah. I haven't seen that as well.
The IFT pod in Australia. Looking forward to welcoming you onto the pod in the morning, Paul. Lingard would be a great signing for you. Yeah, I'm going on the IFT pod at 9:30 in the morning, which is, I believe, 9:30 in Australia tomorrow night. So I will be on the Australian podcast tomorrow morning. If you can send me a link, guys, I'll put it on my Twitter page as well, just anybody that's up and about and wants to watch that. Kyle says £10 million loan is nothing if it helps us keep us up. Plus money is no obstacle for our owners now. Hopefully he comes, loves it and stays. I mean, there's always that, isn't there, Bill, that, you know, he might actually love it here and become a real fan favourite, and he thinks, I'm loved here, I'm staying.
This is it. It's if we get him through the door, it's down to us as fans, it's down to the management and the players around him to show him that there's a proper future in Newcastle United and an ambitious future at that. And, you know, with the kind of owners we've got, why wouldn't that be the case? I mean, it's a no-brainer for me, I've got to say.
Yeah, well, good point. John, what do you reckon?
John?
Once again, just... Can you hear us?
Not having problems, mate. What you need to do is, when you're on a live stream, stop watching your frigging telly and concentrate on what's being spoken about during the stream, and you might have a chance of understanding what the fucking question is.
Yeah, I'll go with Billy as well. I mean, listen, I mean, I think if it comes to this business for us sort of thing, then I'll go with Billy. Then he might be a hero up at Newcastle, and he may stay a bit longer as well. But all this, I'll go with Baz's comments as well earlier, sort of about he's not going to be committed to the club, sort of thing. Yeah, I mean, just leave him alone. Basically, if he comes to us, we will back the player, sort of thing, and he's going to be a good player for us, Paul.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll back him if he comes. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem. George says, I've wrote down your quotes in a little black book. If you see me at the match without it, you or Leon will have said something strange funny. Oh, dear. Yeah, George sits right in front of me at the matches, so no doubt he's got that. Christ. I heard from Romano the same thing happened with Van der Beek. He said he didn't want to join. Basically, Manchester keep telling him that they're going to play him soon. I mean, well, it's Van der Beek's fault. I mean, he missed out on the World Cup, to be honest. You know, it's just ridiculous, to be honest. Ab says, why does Sean repeat his daft comment? I know that's why I'm not putting it on the screen, because he's commented about 16 times. It will be what it will be. Lingard in Dubai, doubt it. He is. But the media...
Man United in Dubai, aren't they?
Yeah, the media has us buying him. You, me, and the rest, etc. Billy agree, 10 million, no doubt. Paul, 10 million You now know it's all big bucks. It is big bucks, but he is definitely in Dubai, matey. Lingard would be a cracking signing, says Ryan. Also, Van der Beek saw his move to Man United as a big move in his career, and he wants to prove himself. Well, he can't if he's not being played. You know what I mean? Sean, will you please stop putting that comment in time and time again?
Put him on a 5-minute timeout.
Fair enough. Mods, I've put him in a timeout just in case you're wondering. See, it's thrown me now. There you go.
Hit the hammer.
Hit the hammer. Stephen says, for me, Lingard, £10 million would give us goals and creativity. Wouldn't risk Ali for a free loan. No fight in him. £10 million is a snip if we stay up. If he's in the club, we get to sell the club to him. That's very true. We do get to sell it to him while he's here. So
it's pretty much what Billy said.
Yeah. Ryan says, Baz, I definitely trust your condiment HP source company as a source. Spot on about Lingard, Billy, says Brian. Brian always agrees with Billy. Then again, who doesn't agree with Billy?
Singer to singer, innit?
It is, yeah, exactly. Danielle says, well done on the new job, Billy, mate. Yeah, congratulations, Billy. Well done. Billy got a new job today. So congratulations to Mr. Trey. It is, in fact, playing his guitar player for Billy Joel. Chris says, what's
John, why are you waving your hand around?
No, I was going to go back to the Van der Beek comment as well.
I might have known you would.
I'll be quick. I mean, you know you don't want to come to Newcastle. You made it clear, sort of thing, yeah. But it's not going to be a permanent deal, so it'll be a loan deal, yeah, a loan deal, yeah. 6 months, that's it. Try to keep us up, yeah. If he don't want to come to Newcastle, I've got a new nickname for him. It should be done Danny Van der Beek. It should be Van the bench, on the bench, Danny on the bench.
John, these names that you keep creating are just, I mean, there was one you made up on Maisie's channel last night, and if I'm blatantly honest with you, matey, I wanted to punch you because it just, I don't know why, but it gave me the rage, and I'm thinking, no, sorry. Don't apologize to me. You don't have to do that, matey. I don't want to punch you anymore. Up the mags. This isn't the Horseman. You can stop with them comments, matey. What are my mods doing tonight? Unbelievable. I'm only joking, Jules. Cesare. Everybody else back there. Taylor says, Paul, I used the clip when Shelby scored and put it on TikTok. Yeah, well, thank you very much. Up the mags, is that Baz as your profile picture? Yeah, I did think that, but I can't see him anymore. I'm curious whether the drone at the Brentford game was a new way of watching Premier League matches without subscription. That's quite an idea, isn't it? Just
until it stops the game, though, and they try and shoot it down.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. Dan says, good forwards try to create chances. They're going to get beat sometimes. ASM has a flair that I love, and when he did pass Fraser Milivojevic, look, that was at the end. Fraser was crippled with
he was
severe. He cramped up, and to be fair to him, he couldn't really get a decent shot away. George, thank you very much for the super chat of £5, matey. Great chat tonight. Thank you. Guy says Supermac was a ball hog. We still love him. I don't think you can put them in the same bracket yet, can you?
No,
definitely not.
Different players as well. Different era.
The last one I want to talk about is Basuma at Brighton. Now we've heard the talks are ongoing, but Brighton definitely do not want to sell. And I mean, Peter, you can understand Brighton not wanting to sell Basuma because he's quite frankly their best player.
Absolutely. I mean, he's kept that midfield of theirs going. I mean, I think the time he played against us, he just ripped us a new one in both home and the away games. Plus, he's still got a court case as well.
Well, I don't think we'd go in for him unless they knew that was going to be settled. That's the thing. So this is why it's the talks are ongoing, early stages. I think they're trying to make sure everything's all tied up and everything's sorted. But he could be our marquee signing, couldn't he?
Could well be. He would certainly walk straight into our site straight away. If he was to come.
Yeah. I mean, as for the court case, I think that's been, I think it's all sorted, you know. I think there's been some kind of, whether it's been an out-of-court settlement, I don't know, but nobody's mentioning that anymore. And certainly when he's been linked with other clubs. I think, Billy, you said it a few weeks ago that I think the club, any club that would be interested and will have already done their due diligence on him anyway, and made sure that they're not going to sign this player for millions of pounds and then find that he's going to be locked up for years.
Exactly. I mean, doesn't make any economical sense whatsoever, as well as the moral side of it. So I imagine all that stuff's been kind of cleared up by now. And if you get hold of Basuma, there's your CDM sorted, and you can play your attacking players around him. Fantastic signing if we get him.
John, what's your thoughts on Basuma?
If they get out of course settlement sorted out, which is a new one, which I didn't know, then I'll surely sort things out before they decide to go for this player. But will I take him 100%? He is a sort of midfielder I'd take all day long, because he breaks up the play and he just does the simplest of things, yeah? And I'd take him all day long. 50 million? Well, he's got 18 months left on his contract. Yeah, but you still pay. I mean, if you wait till the summer, his price might drop.
No, I doubt it. His price won't drop. It'll be 50 million. We'll probably end up touching 60 if we're going to get him, to be honest with you. But he's the marquee signing. He is the position we need to solve.
Absolutely, because you need to sort the midfield out straight away, because our midfield, Joe Linton, 100% great. But we definitely need, alongside Shelby and Joe Linton, Basuma all day long yet.
How old is Basuma?
24, 25, isn't he?
I think he's still young, isn't he? So
yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
an interesting one.
25.
So he's got years left.
Oh yeah, of course he has. He's got a good 7-8 years left. So 50 million is a bargain for him.
I don't think a full team change will be good for us at this stage of the season. I'm hoping one more of each defensive midfielder and attacker, but versatility and flexibility is key. How are the lads? We've got this.
We need squad as well, though. If you look at our bench, you know, they need quality to come on to change a game at times, and we don't have that. So 6, if we can get another 4 or 5 in, which to add to the 2 we've already got, that's what we expected in this window, and I think that's what we'll deliver.
Yeah. Jan says Zapata and Ekiteki would set the house on fire.
Ekiteki deals up. Zapata's got a very good chance of signing, hopefully.
Yeah. Was a great applause and chanting from both teams on Saturday. Respect to Leeds for that, yeah. And for Gary Speed, of course. Frank says Arsenal got beat off Nottingham Forest in the Cup. Man City got beat off Wigan. We beat Chelsea last season, but got beat off Cambridge this season. It is what it is. Liga North is basically championship level, which of course is the Portuguese league. Yeah. BL Duff says 14 years of dollars bullshit. Secure the spot, whatever it costs. Lingard or whoever then spends smart this summer. Watch how attractive NUC is come the heat of the summer. Well, the heat of the summer where you probably live is in a, you know. But no. Chipper says John is dreaming of Lee Gunners.
Gunners gun.
Yeah, you do tend to go into this little. Whenever his name's mentioned, John, you do tend to go into this daydream.
You're a fanboy, isn't he?
Yeah, you are. You're a total fanboy, aren't you?
All it is, I mean, I'll be careful.
I respect him, and then I'm going to ruin him.
Yeah. Thing is, I'm not going to say much on your channel, mate. Nah, it's not going to happen. But listen, he is a good podcaster, and that's all I'm going to say. But not as good as Paul, by the way.
There it is again.
So I'm not going to get punched.
How big's that spade, John? How big's the spade you're digging with?
Digging a hole in it.
Yeah. Luke says, John, who's that team we call United? Yeah, well, listen, on Macy's channel last night, you also called, you know how you call like managers by the surnames, guys, you know, like Keegan, Robson, and, you know, when John was talking, well, funny enough, he was discussing Man United again with Maisie. But what I heard him turn around and say was, he said Ollie and he went Ralph. He didn't call them by his surnames. He says Ollie or Ralph. And I'm thinking, really? There's some more evidence going in the little black book.
Tell you what, get Macy on next week as well. She could be the evidence.
The thing is, if you take the O off Ollie, What is his first and second name? Say it. Take the O off Ollie and say his first and second name.
Yeah.
Say it. Take the O off Ollie and then say his first name and second name together.
Yeah, I'll get what you mean.
Take the O off Ollie. Take the O off. Lee, Gunnar, Solskjaer. Lee, Gunnar, Solskjaer.
By the way, for everybody watching, when John says, I know what you mean, he didn't have a fucking clue what Billy meant there.
So did the rest of you.
I actually did, Billy. Thank you very much, but I knew exactly what you meant because I was going, goodness, I'll say, yeah. Nathan says the game against Al Ittihad on Friday, hopefully a couple of players in by then for the Adam P match day vlog. Ryan says, I want to absolutely annihilate Everton. Jordan Pick, friend of Pedo and T-Rex arms. Okay. Christopher says, Ronaldo, Silva, Fernandez, Ruben Diaz, just a few from Portuguese league that have done pretty well in the Premier League. Yep. Can't argue with that. Can't argue with that at all.
I can't. Fernandez, shite, just scores penalties.
Yeah, well, I
never turns up in the big games.
Fernandez has gone backwards.
Silva came from Monaco.
Yes.
So we'll just debunk that one, haven't we?
I'm saying nothing. Ryan says Sinclair joined the Red Devils channel like a bat out of hell. He turned down the FTV. That's the word on the street.
Get in, Ryan.
Yeah. Frank says, if we were to sell Dummett, what level of team do you see him going to? And would he get a starting 11? Peter?
I think if he was to leave, it's going to be I think it could be more of a championship side because of his age now. He's 30 now exactly. And I just don't think he's got the pace as what he used to have. So I think it would be a championship club that he would go to if he was to leave.
Interesting. Luke says, Peter, you were sozzled on your channel the other night. You're right. I kept thought you were winking at me all night, mate.
What?
Were you drunk on your live stream, Peter?
I wasn't drunk.
Does Pete even drink?
Does Peter drink? Have you seen his bloody Raiders, the bloody Indiana Jones bloody church things he drinks out of, man? The bloody...
Yeah, but he doesn't drink alcohol in it, though, does he?
Yes, he does. Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels.
I thought Pete was teetotal.
Peter's not teetotal.
I honestly thought he was.
No? Oh,
good lad.
Baz, seriously, get some
No, honestly, I thought he was teetotal. I really did. Nothing wrong with being teetotal. I've had no drink for ages.
Well, that's because you're not allowed, Barry.
I'm not allowed, yeah.
You have a new child.
I just don't drink every day of the week.
Why are we getting so many comments about Adam?
I don't know. Probably because I mentioned the photograph that he was peering between two players.
You should get Adam on the Toon review. He's been on before.
Yeah,
I go to away games with Adam in the car. I get on very, very well with Adam. Say what you like about Adam. He loves his club. Fair play to him. Look, Adam does what he does. Let him get on with it.
Absolutely.
I do, however, think some of his thumbnail comments are a little bit clickbaity, but he knows that. But listen, good luck to him. He is a really nice lad, and you know these people that put hate on him online they're just jealous fools who've got nothing better to do in their lives than have a go at him. To be honest, so look, he loves his football club. He's still young. He's enthusiastic about what he does. Good luck to him, and he's doing really well. So you know, fair enough. Kevin says, after 24 days of the transfer market being open, how do you rate Newcastle's business so far? John, we'll start with you on that one.
We've been spending, I've got to say, 7, 8 out of 10ish, because Trippier was a cracking signing, so I'd give it a 7 at the minute.
Okay. Peter?
I'm going to go 8. I think he's done very well since coming in.
It's rated the transfer window, so you've given an 8.
Transfer window.
It's nice to know people take part. People listen on this channel. You know, I
mean, 6.
Oof.
Ooh. Billy?
Yeah, and with Pete, I'll give Trippier an 8, Wood a 4, in between them 2, 6, but the potential to go much higher than that in the next 6 days, 7 days.
Yeah. Buzz?
10.
What?
And I'll tell you why. Because we've signed 2 players in the last 14 years. We have never signed a player apart from
right.
one
Sorry,
season.
Barry.
On that basis,
No.
I'm giving it a 10.
No.
Right,
giving
that
it
window,
a
we
10.
signed Mohamed Sissoko, Debussy, and all our French players. That was better than this one so far.
10 years ago.
Buzz.
5 years ago, 6 years ago.
Buzz.
Longer than that.
Will you two stop having a bickering on like two old, like Jack and Vera bloody Duckworth and listen a minute? Right, Barry. Please take a walk into your bathroom, right? Have a look in the mirror, have a serious word with yourself, and then take your face for a shite. Right? Because given this transfer window at 10, you have lost the Rooney, mate. You have gone completely off the charts. Because this transfer window is not a 10 yet. It could be a 10.
2 great signings.
No, I'm sorry. You cannot call Chris Wood a great signing. Never in a million years is he a great signing.
He was at the time we bought him.
No, Barry, he's not.
Because we were desperate. We needed a striker in. We've won a game with him in. I'm happy. I'm giving it a 10 because
has he scored, Barry?
Doesn't matter. He contributed to the team ethic.
Jesus Christ.
Baz, how many marks actually did you give Wood so far with the 2 performances?
6.
A 6.
Yeah. That doesn't mean the transfer window is still not a good one. At the end of the day, we've signed 2 players to spend 37 million in a January transfer window. I am very happy with the business that's been done so far.
You can't give it a 10, Baz.
Of course you
can't give it a 10.
It's a 10. It's going to stay as a 10 because we're going to sign another 4 as well.
Paul, if I say 10 out of 10, which I'm not going to, this is going to blow the whole place up. I said that. No.
Yeah, but you're not.
Yeah, but John, we expect it from you because you're a Man United fan.
Yeah, you're not going to say 10 out of 10 because you're a friggin' red. So that doesn't really matter regardless, man.
I'm staying positive. 10.
Barry, I'm sure you just sit there and think of shit to wind me up because you know I will bite like a shark when you say shite like that, right?
It makes good TV viewing though, doesn't it?
Well, maybe it does, but it doesn't do my blood pressure any good, especially when you cannot say Kieran Trippier. Yep, Kieran Trippier is a great sign.
Oh, be careful.
The fact that we signed Chris Wood, you cannot give it 10 out of 10. It's bollocks.
7, mate. 7.
That's
It
more
will
like
be 10 by. It will be 10 by the end of the window.
I hope it is a 10. Listen, if it's a 10 by the end of the transfer window, I think we'll all be dancing. Jesus, I'm giving it a 6 as well. I agree with Billy and Peter. The 6 is as far as I'm going with it because I'm still not sold on Chris Wood, and I'm yet to be inspired. I think the main reason they've bought him was to derail Burnley, and I will always say that. I hope he proves me wrong and bags in loads of goals before the end of the season. But he just looks like he's got no pace about him. He's slow, and he just doesn't inspire me to score goals. I will say at the minute, right? That may change. So, here we'll see. Anyway, shut up, Baz. John says our next game is after the transfer window. Looking forward to seeing who we have in for Everton. Indeed, we are. Indeed. That's not him. Stanley Walters will still get away with taking players in, putting the box and not conceding a penalty. Who's Stanley Walters?
Don't know.
Commenter in the chat.
Just found this seems decent, lads. If you're talking about the channel, it is. Get yourself subscribed. You are missing out on golden content. On PD Proudlock, on John Sinclair, on World of Sport TV. We are here for you. Good evening, guys, from Malta, says Robert. I think I've lost the plot. The more these streams go on, I just seem to lose the plot, mate. Like I really do. But you know what? Somebody asked me yesterday. I was on I did a podcast last night for it's called the Abnormies. It's a disabled podcast. So they talk to people with disabilities, and they asked me to go on to talk about obviously my Parkinson's and stuff like that. And
they asked John yet for being a Man United fan?
No, but they will do. Well, they're going to get John on because he's got about 35 different personality disorders. So basically, it depends. If it, it could be Chelsea, Everton, Manchester United, Celtic, Rangers, the Dog and Duck, Dundee United, Galatasaray, Benfica. Yeah, it could be anybody. So I'm sure he'll be going on. But I'll let everybody know when that's going to be put onto YouTube. I think it's going to be in about 3 weeks' time. So it was recorded last night. But they did ask me, the guy, there's a couple of guys on there, and I mentioned sort of who inspired me when I was sort of watching YouTube to sort of learn about interviewing and presenting on a camera and stuff like that. And I don't know whether you guys have ever seen him. He used to present the Late Late Show in America before James Corden. Craig Ferguson, he's called. Absolutely brilliant. And I still watch him now, just all the reruns. He's so funny. Big flirt. He was a big flirt, but he did that for comical reasons, and everybody loved him who went on. People used to go on his channel 6, 7, 8, 9 times. Morgan Freeman went on 10 in the 10 years that he did this show. Brilliant person. And it's weird because I've been compared to him now a couple of times, saying, "Oh yeah, you just your comedic values," and I'm thinking, bloody hell, it's crazy. But I'm just a nutcase, me, so it doesn't really matter. Barry says, you guys have negated a desire for normal TV. Love the banter. It's only going to get better. The Phoenix is rising. Listen, I'm convinced that people watch YouTube more than normal TV now, because normal TV is all doom and gloom.
It's just the same now, pretty much.
Yeah. You switch it on and all you see is...
I think the only thing I watch... I think it's just the football I watch on TV now. The rest of
it is. There's some brilliant shows on YouTube. We're all part of that as well. Mm-hmm. And I mean, John, for you, it must be absolutely incredible. Hang on a minute. I've remembered something as well from last night.
Oh.
John Sinclair, did you or did you not say that? Well, Maisie, in my opinion, Manchester United are the biggest club in the world. Did you say that or did you not?
Well, according to the charts, they are.
What charts?
What charts?
What, they're going to appear on top of the bloody pop shortly, are they?
In the list of biggest clubs in the world in the charts, so in the list.
See, all I'm hearing, John, is blah, 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 because you can't answer it. Who's told you Man United the biggest club in the world?
Whoa.
Don't you want me on my show? You, my friend, are a red.
I'm not a red.
Adam says, can't wait for the atmosphere against Everton, especially if we get some good signings in. It's going to be tremendous. I see this guy we're linked with again, Hamza Chowdhury.
Not a shame.
But Charlie is a Leicester fan. Charlie's a Leicester fan. He said he'd add Steele to your midfield, and he can also play at the back.
No thanks. Apparently, Man United are number one team in the world, apparently. Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Man City, Arsenal, Juventus.
But as a Newcastle United fan, Barry,
there's only one club.
Those words.
No, what the fuck?
Of course you wouldn't.
John, you're an idiot.
You wouldn't.
What was that, Baz?
You're an idiot.
Okay,
this is what happens when you don't listen, you see, John. John, are you guilty once again of not listening to advice?
Yes.
John,
yes, Barry.
did I tell you to put your email address in the description?
Two of us, Baz.
Yeah, two of us. Did I and Paul say, if you want to get a sponsor, put your email address in the description of your show, and then put a comment saying you're looking for a sponsor, blah, blah, blah. Here's the email address to contact.
Or just put enquiries, please.
Enquiries,
email
please,
at.
yeah.
Where did you put your email address,
Where did you put
John?
it?
In the oh man,
you pinned it to the top
live
of the chat, didn't you, John?
Right. What I'll do, Paul.
Guilty.
After the show.
Guilty.
But John, you don't even put it. You don't even write a description for your videos. You put about 5 hashtags and that's it.
Right. Tell you what, Paul. After the show, right? I'll give you a quick ring after the show. Right, you can help us for 5 minutes.
You can ring me, John, but I'm not answering.
You're not very happy.
And I'll tell you why, John, because you're in the penalty box for advice now, because I've given you so much in the last few months, and it's gone...
You should have put Baz in the penalty box as well for saying 10 out of 10.
It's gone in one ear and out the other Manchester United one. So, you know, if you want some advice on YouTube, go and ask Maisie.
Did you like my little short today? I thought that was quite funny.
Oh, no, not the one of me and you, Baz.
That was terrible, wasn't it?
That was awful. I was physically
The one of John
sick.
was good, though. Oh, come on.
Yeah, it was. I mean, all of them, I mean, yeah, they are really good. Ryan says it would be hilarious if any teams in the Premier League signs Bruce. I'll laugh my tits off.
Yes.
Alex is multitasking, but I'm here, like the stream, and got my headphones in. Well, hopefully, Alex will join us on one of these transfer events soon.
Yes.
Ginger says because they left a muppet like Nixon in charge, and nobody in the world of football ex-under-21 head of recruitment, and a great job he did of that. Not. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he has now. Yeah. Can't wait to see the final lineup once the window is finished.
Yes.
I mean, John, how do you think our lineup will look come 11 o'clock next Monday night?
I'll say it'll be a 4-3-3.
Yeah.
I think Carlos is going to be in defence alongside Cher.
Okay.
And
hang on. Do you think he'll actually drop Lascelles, John?
That is the thing, isn't it? He's the captain, isn't he? So I think, oh man, unless he changed it, go theatre back, but I can't see him doing that sort of thing. So for me, I think Carlos will have to play because you're going to pay all that money for him anyway. So as things stands, I think he'll probably play alongside Lascelles as captain sort of thing because he's not going to drop him me. So I still think Gorson's will come. I know he'll play that back.
Yeah.
Midfield, and Lingard's going to have to come in because you'll get him as well. Okay. And I still think Zapata will play as a lone striker in a 4-3-3. So I think in Trippier will be right back. But I think the squad will be a lot better. And it's going to be even exciting to watch as well. And the first game is Everton. It's going to be lit.
Yeah. Peter, what do you think? How do you think our starting 11 is going to look after the window?
Hopefully, Carlos in there. Hopefully, Lingard possibly in there as well. And that Zapata as well, I think, would be a very good option in there as well.
Okay. Billy?
I'd love us to get Basuma to sit in front of the back four. And play with Lingard, Joe Linton, Shelby, striker, and ASM.
Right.
And some sort of formation.
Barry?
Because of injuries, because we don't know how long they're out for, Lascelles will be dropped because he's got a hamstring injury. So it will be Shaw and Carlos at the back. Basuma sitting with Shelby. I'm going to go for a 4-2-3-1. Lingard, Dele Alli, ASM, and Zapata up front.
Oh, that's some side. 10 out of 10, that one, Bal.
Yeah, 4-2-3-1. That's the way to go.
John, we seem to have a comment in the chat saying that we bullying you. Now there's loads of people sticking up and saying it's not bullying, it's banter. Can you please put these people right in the comments, John, that are saying you get bullied? Because they obviously haven't watched a lot of the shows. Do you think you get bullied, John?
Not at all, mate. And you know what? It'll take a hell of a lot to get wrong. But listen, it's banter. I've been in the show for, I think it's been for a year now. Nearly a year. We've done this for nearly a year, right? And this has always happened every single week, And
don't say that. People are going to say it's bullying.
Yeah.
You know
there you go. Look.
So, I love it. But at the end of the day, that's what makes it program. It's a Monday night, okay? I know we don't like Mondays, right?
Yeah.
But on this channel, right, we like to have a banter, have a laugh sort of thing. It's the best start of the week.
And let's face it, we all get pulled up when we say something stupid. It's just John likes to say things stupid a little bit more often than everybody else. That's the only problem.
Yeah,
it's not our fault. He's a Man United fan.
And I'd just like to point out that the five people that you're watching now are all best mates, right? There isn't any nastiness between us. There isn't any bullying or anything like that. We have banter, and we have had banter since we really started all together. We absolutely love each other. We are best mates. We have such a laugh, whether it's face to face or on the camera. And that's what we want to portray across to you guys that are watching, that it's all banter. And that's all it is. We have a laugh with John. We love John to bits. We would never, ever want him to feel like he's bullied, because it's part of the show. It's part of the show. It is banter. It makes everybody laugh. And John loves it himself, because
it's all about him.
If he didn't, he wouldn't be here. And if he didn't have a laugh with us, he would tell me behind the scenes that he didn't like it. And not once has he ever done that, because it's just a good laugh. And LP, thank you for putting that comment as well. Glad you cleared this up, lads, as long as John's having a good time. That is the main thing. We all come on here and we have a good time. We love doing these shows. We love bringing them to you because it's banter. And it makes us laugh, and hopefully make you laugh and have a great start of the week. And like I said, John's like a brother to me. I love him to bits. Does he do daft things at times? Of course he does. But everybody does. And we all take the mickey out of each other for doing daft stuff, saying, oh, you've had a Sinclair here, you've had a Sinclair there. You know, that's what it is. It's all banter. And, you know, that's what we wanted to come across as on YouTube. It is not bullying. It is banter. John gets the brunt of it, undoubtedly, but he brings it on himself. Because that has to be pointed out, that he does bring it on himself most of the time. So there you go. That's just the way it is. But there is no bullying on here. We are all best mates. It's like Baz keeps saying, it's like we're sitting in the pub round a table, having a few pints and having a laugh together. Or if you're John, you're having a lemonade. So that's it. So please don't ever think it's bullying, because it's not. It's part of the show. It's just banter. Anyway, that is the end of the show tonight. I'd just like to thank everybody for watching tonight. At one point, there was now just under 1,000 watching, which was just absolutely incredible. So that I can't thank you guys enough for watching. Thank you, everybody that's made super chats. If you have enjoyed the show, guys, please don't forget to hit the like button, because it does help us with regards to YouTube analytics and all that kind of lovely stuff. So please do hit the like button. If you're new to the channel and you've enjoyed the show, you've had a look around, you've seen the other stuff that I do on the Toon Review, please consider subscribing. There's still a lot of people that watch the shows and recordings that aren't subscribed, but keep coming back time and time again to watch. Please subscribe. Hit the notification bell. You'll be notified of any future live shows or videos that are brought out. You can join and become a member of the Toon Review if you hit the join button right next to the subscribe button as well. Thank you to all the super chats making donations to the channel tonight. You are all absolute legends. Thank you so much. Big shout out finally to the Toon Review sponsors, Geordie Riffs, professional guitar repairs and servicing. Any guitar issues you have, please go and see Graham and Natalie, based in the Northeast. Fantastic company. They're offering 10% off your first guitar setup or repair, and your first guitar lesson for free if you just quote them the Toon Review. Check out the website. It's linked in the description below. They are on Facebook and Twitter as well if you just search for Geordie Riffs. So thank you to Graham and Natalie for continuing the sponsorship of the channel. Please do go and subscribe to the other channels as well. We have World of Sport TV, which, of course, the Toon Review is in partnership with. Fantastic partnership going on at the minute. Bounce off each other's channels. Brilliant stuff on there. We are the fastest growing pair of YouTube channels. I am the CEO of the Toon Review. Barry is the CEO of World of Sport TV. Billy is Vice Executive Chairman, or whatever you want to call it, of World of Sport. Peter Proudlock also has a channel which is fantastic, so go and check PD Proudlock out. And, of course, the legend that is Mr. John Sinclair at the bottom there. He also has a channel which is fantastic, so go and check him out as well. But thank you very much, everybody, for watching tonight. It has been an absolute blast. Tomorrow night on the Toon Review, you will have the fan forum. So join me, Alex, and Danielle for that. Come and join us live on the show. Have your say of all things Newcastle United, and, of course, all things on any latest transfers and stuff like that. And then later on in the week, there will be a lot more live shows regarding the transfers. Probably me and Barry will be doing some during the day. And any on a night time that any rumours kick off, and I'm sure John and Peter will be covering those as well. And then, of course, we've got the Four Horsemen. Make a note of this, please. The Four Horsemen, the retrial, is on Sunday night. It isn't on Monday because that's transfer deadline day. So the Four Horsemen is on World of Sport TV Sunday night at 8 p.m. Do not miss it because it's the retrial of John Sinclair. We have an absolute howl on that. There will be some added funniness because we've got the Scottish judge coming in. I've never met him before, but I'm sure he'd be hilarious. I don't know whether Billy Trey's getting the guitar out again. He probably will. There'll be all sorts going on that show. And then, of course, over both World of Sport TV and Toon Review, we will be covering the transfer deadline day as well. Peter, what you got coming up this week? Anything?
Just my normal live show, cover any transfers, and I know the Newcastle women have got a game on Sunday in the Cup against Ipswich. So
yes.
I might get myself along and possibly do a vlog. I might
do it.
Don't you be late for jury duty on Sunday night, mate?
No, I won't. It'll be an early kick-off anyway. So,
John, what you got coming up?
I'm doing the weekly transfer update tomorrow with Macy at 7:00.
With who?
Yeah. Macy.
All right. Is that the Man United fan?
Yeah, but we're going to talk about clubs being linked with other teams as well, etc. He's been linked with other clubs as well, so that'll be fun. Wednesday.
Was this when you talk about Man United, John?
No. It'll be mostly Newcastle and other clubs as well. Watch out tomorrow, by the way. You'll find out tomorrow.
We will be watching, John.
We will be watching. We want more evidence.
And what's going on World of Sport TV this week, guys?
Yeah, so tomorrow at 6:00, we're going to do the Premier League roundup. And then after your fan forum, there'll be a late transfer night show again, which we like to do on a Tuesday night, which gets viewers from across the globe a chance to listen in. So that'll be about 9:30 or 10. Actually, we'll do 10 because your fan forum's 8:30, isn't it? And it's normally about an hour and a half long. So we'll hit 10 o'clock for that. And then there's various other shows to look out for on the channel. Just hit the bell button like everyone else does for all the other channels, and you'll see what's coming up. But they're the two main ones.
Breaking news, guys. Breaking news. Fabrizio Romano has reported that Anthony Martial to Seville is a done deal. Yeah. And that leaves them needing some money from somewhere. I wonder where that's going to come from.
Ooh, who knows? Jeffrey.
We welcome you.
Jeffrey. We're ending here because it's just I don't know where we're going. Listen, guys, thank you very, very much for watching tonight. Have a great week ahead of you, but don't forget to catch all the live shows, etc., on all the channels. We will see you very soon. Take care. Good night.